Aries, love and relationship reading for you. The King of Swords is coming through in the middle of the reading, telling me it's almost like you have the last word, the last say in what happens in this relationship. It's been disillusionment, disappointment, what you saw, what you thought was happening. Two of Cups in reverse. Turns out that wasn't really the way at all. So this has been a disappointment to you. It's been confusing, the Temperance card in reverse. Recently, something more major has happened for you to see, like how scattered this is, how confusing this person has been for a while. It's been setback after setback and delays around the progress of this love. It was really deep, and it has had these moments of depth that you just believe are so unique to this relationship. You've never really felt these extremes before, but it keeps encountering blocks along the way that nearly push you after taking 6 steps forward, 10 steps all the way back. So you're kind of getting some clarity really around this relationship recently, where something has been knocked off a pedestal. You have to think about something and you're sleeping on it still. It's rocked your world, what's happened, and it has been more subtle on the external. Nobody would really look at this situation and be like, oh, this is life-changing, this is groundbreaking, but they're not the ones feeling it, Aries, you are. And for you, this has really shook you to your core, but the changes have been super internal. It's like you have realized how much work and effort you've been putting into this relationship all along, and how much that if it wasn't for you, this would not be held together. It's been you trying to keep things together, you putting in the effort, you opening up and showing that you want this to work and that you're showing up for this relationship. I will look at the other person that you're dealing with. For now, they're showing up as the Ace of Pentacles. In an extended reading, which I've linked below, I look at this situation from the perspective of the person you're dealing with instead. For now, let's get back to this reading. The Ace of Pentacles, they are showing up as an option, an opportunity. They're showing up like they have a plan for you guys. They have this plan for the future for you. That at least is what they're saying. But one way or another, Judgment and the Star card and the Tower card, massive revelatory energy. The Star card and Judgment card, you could put this as whatever you want to call it: past life, karmic, soulmate, twin flame. The Star card as the outcome to where we're actually getting in this relationship reading sees me wanting to say the word soulmate. This is an enlightened kind of a past life experience with somebody. The Judgment card, however, is saying that you're going to be reckoning with something soon. This person, if they haven't been pulling their weight and they're confusing you, that's going to come up for careful consideration, reconsideration even, because maybe you've been there already with this person. But if it's you, Aries, that has been playing games or messing around, you're going to realize how much control you have over this situation, and that's not always a good thing, right? Unless you're, acting, of course, in highest and best for all parties concerned. Let's start clearing up these cards and work them out. So the intensity of your efforts, your will, your work and commitment to this relationship is beginning to be tested right now in a bigger way. The Judgment card. So if you are proud of how you've been showing up, and if you've been working hard and you've been loyal and steadfast, committed, then Judgment will not be giving you anything to worry about. In fact, it will be just elevating you to the next level of your relationship by potentially moving out and removing some of the, let's call it, karmic debris that's in this relationship. Aries, your energy is coming through with the Queen of Rods. This makes me think that you are for sure acting above board. It may be the other person that is inclined to self-sabotage when they are, it seems like you are not doing anything to provocate this person, but you are provoking them just by the light that you're emitting, by standing in your truth. Sometimes that's hard for people who haven't been working on the shadow to accept or to cope with. The light or reverse, say people are attracted to you, gravitated towards you, circles of friends, people that want to work with you, people that are headhunting you for whatever reason. This could be triggering the shadows in the person you're dealing with if they're not in a place where they're being recognized, accepted, admired, or finding their place in society. The light that you're shining shouldn't really be dimmed, or you shouldn't have to play small for anybody else. In fact, the light you're shining is offering a healing opportunity, the Star card, the Temperance card in reverse, for the person to see their shadows and integrate what it is that they truly want or what they're missing. The King of Swords. So you've got you've made a decision recently, and you've been pretty firm with the person that you're dealing with. You've been fairly direct, and you're telling them how it is. Some of you are saying, I need some space, and you're very definite about that because things have been more confusing recently. The Ten of Wands. Things are also building in terms of pressure and control. The Strength card at the bottom of the deck. Pressure, control, issues like that coming up in the relationship, demanding a lot, being very demanding in the relationship. It's either you or them, Aries, that is being super demanding, but if it's them, you've been very definite that is a boundary that you're going to start implementing. Like, you can't take on everything, all the responsibility. It can't always be your fault. There are two people in each relationship co-creating the dynamic. A, by how we behave, and two, by, or B, A and two, that's real, yeah, one and B, that's by allowing what, so A, we behave in a certain way in a relationship, we're in control of that. B, what you allow pass, what you allow be acceptable in the relationship. This person may be making a lot of promises. Yeah, sure, Two of Cups in reverse. Do they always deliver on those promises? Words are one thing, but as you know, actions are another. So the Two of Cups in reverse. But you're no dozer here. You're not like, you're not in denial. You're not being naive. You can see this clearly. You can see that this relationship is going through some growing pains, some kind of kinks that are being worked out at the moment. And there is a sense of, you being angry now, or you getting annoyed by this person, irritated, the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, because they broke your trust. They told something that you had asked them to keep a secret. They let you down and spilled the beans on something, or let you down in terms of a commitment that they said that they would honor. The Devil card, they knew how much it meant to you. It meant the world to you. You had a lot riding on it. So I mean, maybe even too much riding on it. They thought they just couldn't see why this was so important to you, but however it was. And they let you down on that. The person you're dealing with, Aries, the Devil card, and the Four of Cups in reverse, may also be trying to take a little break from the cup energy, the Four of Cups. That's the hangover card. The Four of Cups and the Three of Cups in reverse, too much partying, too much celebration, too much socializing. What comes with that? Sometimes drinking, sometimes substances, and that's kind of fogging, clouding their judgment. So maybe it's something that they said that they were going to cut back on that, and they let you down, and they continued to do it even though it was detrimental to this relationship on some level. Let's look at the Three of Cups in reverse. There's this energy of them talking, or you talking, maybe running your mouth, telling people about the relationship, letting other people in on things that your person would rather keep secret. So you're learning to distinguish who gets to know what, and where it's better to just be quiet and not spill the beans. The Three of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this really let you down when something was said where it should have been kept private. Either you regret spilling the beans, or your person spoke and you asked them not to. But something was revealed that should have been kept private, and now it seems like there's no end to this story. People keep talking about it. It keeps getting brought up. It's almost like you let somebody in on a secret into your relationship, or something that was a private concern. And it's now every time you hear from them or see them, this topic is almost like bled dry. Like it's like flowing out, cannot be contained. You're like, stop, but the cat's out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag. So the Temperance card coming up in the past position is saying that yes, for some there was a promise that wasn't honored, and there was like a rushing. People were rushing each other, like, I have to do it now, forcing. Why the rush, you were asking? But also there is this disappointment around these cups running empty and these cups in reverse, the water being spilled out in the Star card. Maybe it's moving to water, pouring the alcohol down the sink, or just kind of removing whatever it is that has just gotten very habitual for you guys. Just habitual. There's no real intention or pure motive behind it. It's just like falling into cycles. Temperance card. This has resulted in a disconnect in the relationship, actually. The Death card, big major arcana card, telling me and Aries, your Sun and Aries card at the bottom of the deck, Three of Wands, but in reverse. So it's more so this person, you know, you're putting up a block and you're putting up resistance to this person, and you're almost taking a step back out of this relationship, turning the other cheek, just becoming withdrawn, lack of motivation. You don't even care what they're doing. The Death card is saying that if this issue that you've had a lot of patience around, Aries, you've been very patient about how this person has been moving through this, dealing with it. If this doesn't come to an end, Death card, you're not going to be able to feel intimacy with this person. You're going to feel like you have to walk on eggshells. You're going to feel like there's a disconnect, and it's just not what you want. So the stakes are high because you love them. The stakes are high because you've been feeling depleted and drained, and this is confusing. So you've asked kind of, is there a way for something more definite to come around as an ending, leave behind, just let go of? Does this need to still come with us? Judgment card, something bigger is coming up for your reconsideration, reevaluation, or to essentially test your mettle. What does that look like? The Three of Wands in reverse, again, this Aries, Sun and Aries card in reverse. It's going to come through as what merely seems like a conversation about what you guys want, what would make you happy, what would make you fulfilled. And in that conversation, it becomes very obvious to you how invested that person is, what their plans, what their intentions are for the future with you. All through the next conversation, it really shows a lot. Like, you know, you've been waiting on the actions and the empty promises, maybe of the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you won't even need to wait anymore. Maybe they'll be more clear with you, more direct, or maybe they are actually going to start taking action on things rather than just talking about it. The Four of Swords in the position here for you, and it's advising you to take some time and sleep on it before making any kind of a rushed or definite decision. Your mind is not made up yet around something to do with this relationship, so take your time. There is no rush as of now. All roads are leading to the Star card, which is a good sign. So take your time getting there and make sure you're thinking things through carefully. More indication for that. The Hermit card, take your time, reflect. This is an introspective period, and the advice is to go within and reflect on the journey of this relationship so far. Of course, reflect on your individual journey and think things through. There's no rush, but it's a time for contemplation. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Listen to your heart and express your feelings and how express your vulnerabilities. You don't have to have your mind made up, but along the way you can open up to this person and say, I'm feeling X right now. Maybe stick to the facts. When you didn't contact me for a day, that made me insecure. Okay, just tell them what the facts of the matter were and then how that made you feel on an emotional level. Sometimes it can be really helpful to share in communication. Page of Pentacles, to share Six of Pentacles, how you're truly feeling and what your emotion is. That can help that person you're dealing with too. So let's have a look at where they're at. Now, I will look deeper into them in the relationship reading in the extended, linked down below. But for now, they're coming through as the Ace of Pentacles. They're making promises at least. Are these promises that will be fulfilled? Empty promises? Are these promises full and dedicated and honorable? Let's see. Ten of Pentacles, I like that. I think that's a very noble card. I think that it's honorable. I think that it's an alliance with some integrity. And I think they're really going to start kicking things up a notch. I see a lot of speed now coming through. They start to open up more quickly. They start to even be more affectionate, more physical. And that's great for you. The Tower card. Okay. So, I mean, you're afraid of some sort of a disaster happening. The Tower card can be this crisis energy, but directly after, this is number 16, number 17, directly after the chaos energy of the Tower, the knocking down, the back to foundations, the stripping away, that's death card energy too. Taking away anything that's stale, that doesn't work anymore, leaving sometimes only the bare bones, but in fact great foundations to build upon. And the Star card would be the energy here of the healing and rejuvenation and optimism that comes after the stripping down and tearing away. Let's look at the Tower. What may need to fully be surrendered and released in this relationship? The Knight of Rods. The rushing around, the uneasiness. There shouldn't be it should feel safe, it should feel regulated, it shouldn't change so often. There shouldn't be so much uneasiness or anxiety in the relationship. The Star card is the opposite. It's the safety net of healing within this relationship, a lifelong cycle of healing together, if you wish, for however long you want. The healing work is never fully complete, but you're on this journey together. As soulmates, I would go so far as to say when I see the Star in the outcome. Okay, so closing out the reading with one more card, the Star card. King of Pentacles, that's very stable and concrete. It's like the choice is yours to have stability. Some of you aren't really feeling like you even deserve it, or that it's been something that maybe you haven't really had very stable upbringing. Maybe the parents didn't represent a very stable marriage, whatever it may be. That's kind of given you some sort of a resistance around believing in relationships, believing in their potential to offer the stability to you. We have the Queen of Rods showing up as somebody with integrity, somebody who's warm, somebody who's sexy, gorgeous. That's you, Aries. The King of Pentacles, your counterpart, somebody dependable, loyal, reliable. Maybe you're the life and soul of the party, Aries. This person is a little more reserved, a little more calm, and a little more grounded. Well, have a wonderful rest of April, Aries. I'm going to get right into your reading now for the extended reading. Okay, thanks for watching.